All right, we are on our way to Missoula, Montana. And we're about 3 hours in because, well, I'm an idiot and I forgot to start recording when we left Portland. But we're about 3 hours in. We're going through a city called Kennewick. We still got about 5 hours of driving left. Just picked up some Subway and gonna grab some gas. And then we've got probably 3 hours of just open desert mindlessness to drive through before we hit Spokane. So we'll catch up in a little bit. Well, we are just getting to the outskirts of Spokane now. And I will tell you, we have had the worst air quality for, I don't know, the last 3 hours. I know there's been some wildfires and stuff, but I mean, it's just nasty weather. It's got my sinuses all jacked up, and I don't know. Supposedly it's pouring rain in Missoula right now. Hopefully that's gonna clear the weather out, get rid of some of those little fires they got going on, and should make for a nice weekend. But now there's the Spokane airport over here on the left. But we got 3.5 hours left, but this is probably some of the best driving once you get out of Spokane. We get through Coeur d'Alene, which is gorgeous, and I mean, I gotta admit, you get into Montana and it's just God's country there. So anyway, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, we just pulled into a rest stop real quick, but I've got to tell you, this is the nicest rest stop I have ever seen. It's indoor, heated, individual stalls that are heated. I mean, it's got nice drinking fountains, bottle fillers, freaking amazing. And we are finally here in Missoula. So this is kind of near the entrance. We just passed the airport a minute ago. But beautiful town if you've never been here. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then we're going to be way up in those mountains up there tomorrow. And we got about 10 more minutes or so, and then we're at the Airbnb. So get to relax a little bit and go from there. So we'll see you later. I am not walking up to the deer. Yeah, this is just residential. There's 4. There's another one in the back.
Oh,
but
that's a spike right there.
But this is probably like the 15th or 16th deer we've seen in this neighborhood. It's just crazy. But you can see all the deer fencing people have up.
They're like goats.
They're like goats. Well, here we go. This is the rental. I just love doing these Airbnbs because oftentimes they're the same price, sometimes cheaper than what a hotel would run, especially for 3 guys in this particular case. And, you know, nice size, plenty of room to stretch out. And I mean, it's really all you can ask for. So, I mean, beats a hotel any day of the week. Well, it looks like the cheerleaders are here for the match. Alrighty, we are on our way out to the range. And this is sort of, I don't know, the west side of Missoula, I think. There's some state park area over there, Blue Mountain Recreation area. And then we've got just a bunch of back road driving. We're gonna be going up into those hills up there. It takes about 25, 30 minutes or so. I won't bore you with the entire trip, but this is sort of the beginning legs of it, so you'll see how the terrain changes here in a minute. Well, here we go. You can kind of see through the trees. We're running parallel to the 1,000-yard line. There's the firing line right there. A few competitors are here already. We just got to get in the entrance.
You will arrive at your destination.
It looks like the gate's already open. They do have to usually keep this gate closed because wild animals will get on the range, and well, that's no good for anybody. There's some stuff over on that side. I've honestly never been over there, but we just go through the middle here, and it's right between, so this is like the caretaker's house and tractor and shop over on this side. And we just kind of hang out over here. All right, more from the firing line in a minute. All right, so this is the firing line here at Deep Creek. Covered. You got concrete benches. We've actually had to fire from down here when it's raining. But it's a beautiful range, and you know, the way it's covered really comes in handy when it's in really bad weather. Parking's just kind of down behind here. It's not bad. But way down there, you can see the targets. And this is probably, I don't know, out of most of the major ranges, this is probably the closest thing to a no condition range you can get sometimes. Obviously, there's still wind, there's still swirls, there's still things that happen, but I don't know. I've always heard like more records have been set at this range than just about anywhere else because, you know, on a good day, it might as well be a wind tunnel. So I don't think we're going to have that fortune today, as I'm already seeing that flag sort of whipping around. And the flag down in the pits that I can see that you guys probably can't see real well. There's a red flag on the left and it's already starting to kind of move up, maybe 3 to 5 miles an hour. So we're going to be down where you see the trucks right there. There's some trucks. We're going to be shooting a Palma today for team match. That's an 800, a 900, and 1,000 yard. And just kind of flush the guns out a little bit and have some fun and go back home and eat some food. So, all right, let's see what happens. All right, so kind of got wrapped up and forgot to do anything at the 800, 900 yard line, but you know, the 800 was up there. Then we came back to the 900, which was this one right here. And we just finished up. We're back here on the 1,000. You can see people are setting up. And that's the last relay at 1,000. So we've shot at 800 with 4 people, then 900 with 4 people. At 800, it was unlimited sighters, and then 15 for record. At 900, you only get 2 sighters and 15 for record. And then at 1,000, we're going to get two sighters and unlimited, or sorry, 15 for record. And that's going to, you know, be the end of the team match here. So we'll just keep it up and see what we can do.
All right, here with the winning F-Class team in Montana. Whoa, back up, guy. This is the formal interview. You guys shot really good.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on, it's my agent.
What was your strategy in winning?
Well, I guess biggest thing was we brought 4 tight guns and just tried to make the best calls we could. But, you know, team brought some really great guns, and I think most of the shots we lost were, you know, we lost a few outside, a few out the top, but we only lost 11 on the day. I felt pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so Palma format.
Yep.
Pretty good. Bo, anything?
Owe it all to the wind coach right here.
All right, he takes all the responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Gets all the credit.
All the blame,
job.
all the credit.
Well,
I agree.
it could be all the credit for better or for worse, right?
Yeah.
All right, Tom, anything?
I agree. I mean, it's all him calling the wind. I was just pulling the trigger.
All right, Brian,
The
anything to add?
Yeah, the Napa know-how AC Delco number 32 was it was on. It was tight. Yeah, held a tight water line, and you're shooting. I'd like to thank the little people. Thank my wife for letting me come.
All right, you want to give a shout out? It's gonna hit YouTube. What's her name?
No, this doesn't go on YouTube.
All right. Anyways,
No, this is going on YouTube.
Good shooting, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope to see you guys again soon.
It's Saturday morning, day 1 of individual. Team day was fun. It really was. And, you know, hopefully what I covered was entertaining enough about the team match, but definitely some cool stuff that happened. Individual day, going to be a lot more people. Line's going to be full. We'll probably have 4 full relays on there. And this is, I don't think I mentioned, but this is an unusual Northwest, it's the Northern Rockies regional, I think is what it's called. But normally it's broken up kind of into 2 weekends. So normally last weekend would have been all the sling shooters and stuff like that. And then this weekend would have been just F-Class, TR, and Open. But because of lower attendance, which most people are attributing to component issues and gas and everything else, economy, they've actually combined the match. So we're going to have sling shooters. So it's kind of be more like a Southwest Nationals situation where we've got, it'll probably be like a group of sling shooters on one end or the other, and then all the TR and Open people will be on the rest. And that's mainly because the sling shooters need a target twice as big. So instead of having to change target faces or aiming points to make it compliant for them, we just typically all shoot kind of separate. Technically, the sling shooters can shoot on an F-Class target, and technically we can shoot on a high-powered target since it's electronics. But just for the sake of making it a little more consistent with how everybody's used to shooting. That's what we do. So we're on the way up to the range. It's 43 degrees out. It looks like sun's starting to come up. So we'll catch up with you in a little bit. We go. This is first relay, the individual. I was first to shoot, and to be honest, it was probably the best conditions you could have asked for. And I did find a way to throw one out the top and leak one out the bottom. Gun was not shooting quite as tight as I had hoped. I had made a couple adjustments in practice after the team match. It seemed to be fairly dialed in, but this one just wasn't keeping the vertical on me. Now, the only thing I can say is that after removing the upper and lower miss shots, this was a sighter right here. It actually was, gosh, I don't know, maybe like a 6-inch water line vertical here. So it was right above the 13 here and right below 12, and it was measuring out right about 6. So that part felt good. I just don't know what happened there or here. I will tell you later on, come to realize that shot 10 was probably me. If you look here, I dropped both 10 and 20, and it just sort of, I don't know, it's not how you want to start a match like this, especially when like the X count was on par with other people. I think somebody else had a 13, but I was near the top on the X count, but that doesn't matter when you drop 2 points. And there was, I don't know, a couple 3 cleans on this one, like a clean 13, clean 12, and clean 11. And when you drop 2, I mean, that instantly throws you pretty far back. And there's still a lot of shooting left and all that stuff, but it's still not how you want to start a match like this. And, the reality is this one was probably my fault. This one here, I missed a condition that sent me up, and, it's just the way it goes. This one, I mean, you can look at the picture. It didn't go much better. I had a rough start. I don't know. In retrospect, as I went back to, you'll see how the third relay went too. And the reality is I really was rushing myself. I was pushing shots. These 3 down here were totally on me. It's one of those things where when I look back at the first couple of relays here, and even a little bit the next relay that you see, but these first 2 relays for sure, there were really no conditions. I mean, it was like maybe, hold center, come out a little bit, hold center, go out a little bit. I mean, really, there was no need to go outside the 10 ring to hold. And, you can see that my calls were good. These were pretty close, but like 7 through 3, 5, 6, and 7 were all within kind of what I call the goal posts here, the outside of the 10 ring. So my win calls were good, but, it was just gun handling. I was excited. I was not taking my time. I wasn't watching what I was doing. I rushed through it because my brain just switched off when I saw that there was very little condition out there. And, it doesn't take much to push a shot down here or up here. And, it's unfortunate. Like, this is a lot of points at a match like this. And, the conditions, again, were just too good to give up this kind of point. So I won't lie. I wasn't feeling great at the end of the second relay. I was down 5 points already, which, might as well have been 20 points given how the rest of the leaderboard was doing at that point. But, I just kind of settled down and just said, well, keep going, see what we can do, and get into relay 3. How you end a day 8 points down. I said it before, but not exactly the day I was hoping to have here. This range is, it has its moments. I'm not saying it's an easy range. It's just an easier range. And it just hurts. It hurts to lose these points. I lost 8, 8 up here, 7 out here on the left, and then 20 down here on the right. This was just a let off or an angle change that I missed. And this was actually a really recurring theme. I lost a couple of these during team match. And I actually, you'll see it, but I actually lost one shot on Sunday to this condition where everything was shooting good on the inside. And you can see 8 was over here. 9 was centered up, but 7's here. And then 6 was dead center, right? So 6 was an X. I took the same hold and then went whoop right outside. And there was something, most likely in an angle change on the flag more than an actual switch, but I just wasn't seeing it. And I did lose that point out there from it. Number 20 down here, I don't know if you've noticed a theme, but this was the story of my Saturday: rushing things, not staying behind the gun properly, not being in position properly. Totally on me with these shots over here. I can handle a bad wind call, but these ones really hurt when you know that you could have done something about it if you just kind of smack yourself in the head and slowed down for a minute. But end of the day, finished 8 points down. I think that put me in fifth place, maybe sixth. I can't remember. I think it was fifth place at the end of Saturday. And going into Sunday, it's kind of a hard position to be in because there's only 2 relays, and they're early in the morning. There's not a lot of conditions that are going to move, make big movements on the board. So it's kind of one of those things where, like, I don't know. It was just kind of a bummer, but went out and tried to at least enjoy ourselves. You'll see here in a second. On Saturday, you might as well eat well on Saturday, and we've got a friend that's got some family in town, and we went to see if they wanted to go out with us. Ultimately, just ended up being a handful of us going out, but we went to this amazing Italian restaurant called Ciao Mambo, and it's over in Missoula there. And we went there last year, just had really good memories of it. So we headed back out to it. This is their appetizer bread. It's kind of like a big ciabatta. It's oil soaked, olive oil soaked, Parmesan. Really, really good. We went ahead and got a margarita pizza for another appetizer. Again, just incredible food. This is a bolognese. They put it back in the oven. They kind of bake in that mozzarella, and it's just amazing. And of course, we finished off with a lemon mascarpone cake, and that was mine. A couple guys got tiramisu, someone else got cheesecake, and I'm a sucker for these things. And this is a raspberry sauce on top, just absolutely stunning. So if you're gonna go out and eat, you might as well eat well, feel good, and go to bed happy. My buddy's family that lives in town, we went by to say hi to them, and she grows quite a bit of different plants, but she has this beautiful monstera, and these are really tough to grow, especially this big, and especially indoors. They tend to be more of an outdoor plant, but just beautiful, and you can tell she really cares for it. I mean, the thing was just super healthy, and she had a really cool variegated monstera and some other plants that she was cultivating. And then she also does poison dart frogs, so she's got a few of these, and she released a few little gnats in there, fruit fly type things, and got to watch them eat. So just a really cool time with friends and family out there. Day 2, just getting out here to the line. Just had to share the sunrise with everybody. It's not nearly as foggy as the camera's making it look, but let me see here. That's a little better. Anyway, it's just absolutely beautiful. Winds are pretty light. Flags are just kind of moving around a little bit, but the way this match usually works, so we were relay 1 yesterday. There's 4 relays. Usually he flip-flops, so we should be last on the relays today. And only 2 today. We'll be done probably by noon or 1 o'clock. And then we got a 9-hour drive home, but let's see how today shakes out. Start a Sunday morning. So, like I told you, I kind of laid in bed. We got home, we had gone out, done whatever. I got home, and I kind of just sat in bed and said, okay, let me really think about what happened here on Saturday. And I looked over my targets and I kind of, replayed in my head, what did I do Saturday? Where can I find some learning in it? And that's where, it really occurred to me, again, honestly, during the day on Saturday, it didn't really occur to me that I was rushing things as much as I was. But as I look back, I kind of said, okay, let's think about this. I approached the line on Saturday. There was no condition. I just wanted to get the rounds down. How was I doing that? And realizing that I was probably bumping the stock or getting my stock out of position on my shoulder a little bit because of rushing it out. So I came up with a new game plan. I said, okay, Sunday, we're going to get behind the gun. We're going to count to 5. We're going to shake the gun out a little bit, kind of move it forward and back a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths, take your shot. And I literally did that 20 times in a row here. And it paid off. I felt really good about this. Yeah, I got lucky as hell on number 10 up here. But otherwise, I mean, this is a great looking group. I felt really good about the shooting, and I felt really good about, kind of just pulling it together, not giving up, and just holding out for, you know, I mean, look, I'm there to shoot. I'm there to shoot for me. Obviously, I want to win, but at the end of the day, being fifth place, 8 points down, that wasn't really probably in the cards. And, but I wanted to do the best I could and at least give myself every fighting chance to move up if I could. This is the final relay of the match. And man, this felt good. Like, I got lucky on 18, which, after 17, I pulled out another line. Thought, oh, I'll be safe, because you see 16, 17 wandered on me a little bit. I came out a little bit more. I was out somewhere just left of 2 lines here, pushed 18 and went, man, like, like it didn't look like it had that much value. So what did I do? I came out right here and stuck 19 right at point of aim. So again, there was we talked about this earlier. There was a weird angle change or angle / switch that was combining. And, I lost, like I said, 3 or 4 shots over the weekend right here after being pushed out. And, I mean, look, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and I just didn't see this coming. And that one hurt. I really wanted, I felt so good about how this was shooting and it was starting to get a little windier. You see the front half versus the back half here. And it started opening up just a little bit, and that's fine. But, man, I just couldn't believe when I threw 19. And everybody says, oh, well, it's better than, blowing your last shot. Well, let me tell you, when you're shooting like this and you're shooting clean and then you throw 19 in the 9 ring, like, you got to focus, you got to say, look, I don't want to throw another 9. And being where 18 went versus 19, it really left me in a tough position. So, I kind of took a quick read on my spotting scope, decided that I didn't see anything different in the conditions or the flags. So I instantly came in for a center hold. Since I had gone point of aim here, I came in for a center hold, whacked the trigger and said, okay, we're just gonna play this one out and see what happens. And sure enough, it came right out here to outside 20, outside the X ring here. And so that was a great way to finish the match, dropping 1 on the day, really high X count. And at that point, all you can do is sit back and wait and see how everybody else shot. I was one of the first people finished shooting, so I didn't really know how it was going to fare, but I felt really good about it. And I thought, well, at this point, it's just up to everybody else. Give up. I went out, I shot my game Sunday. Unfortunately for them, a couple people that were ahead of me, had some problems, lost more points. And I worked my way into 3rd place here. My buddy Jason repeated his win. So I shoot with Jason quite a bit. And this is my buddy Chris. So, I mean, it was a great experience for the 3 of us to win our medals. Jason won last year amongst an even bigger field. And so I was really happy for him to see the repeat. Him and Chris were really battling it out. I was, a little bit further behind in 3rd place, but closed the gap. So I think it was Chris was down by 1 to Jason, and I was down 1 to Chris. So there was only a couple points spread between 1st and 3rd, if I remember right. Maybe 2 points between 1st and 2nd. I can't remember. Anyway, there's only a few points between everybody. But, that's what it's about. And, this is just another example. I had the same thing happen when I was at the Oregon State Championship with the Gary Noble Cup. I had really blown a relay, given up any opportunity to win the state championship. But, I had sent during the Oregon State thing, I had sent a message to Eric and just said, hey, I really screwed up this relay. And, he wrote me back and said, doesn't matter. Like, just shoot your game on the last one, because that's what you're there for. And that paid off. And, the same thing happened Saturday morning. I kind of talked to him, said, look, I did some reflecting. I think I know what I did. And he said, well, if you know what you did, then shoot your game. And it's up to everybody else to catch you at that point. So that's what I did. And it felt good. And, when these kinds of things happen, it helps reinforce a pattern of understanding what to do when you're at different positions in a competition, when things go right, things go wrong. And that's really all you can ask for. So, we had a great weekend, got to hang out with some great friends that I haven't seen in a little while, ate some good food, shot some good matches. And, this Northern Rockies regional is one of my favorite matches to attend, and we all go out of our way to get there. An incredible match director, Jamie, goes above and beyond to make everybody feel welcome, make sure that it's a well-run match. He knows the rules. He's got really good ROs that help him. And, at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can complain about with this match. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk later. Have a good one.